What's up, everybody? I am 60 years old and I've been training and living a healthy lifestyle since I started at 27. With consistency and discipline, you can do it too. No matter your age, it is your choice. No one can force you. You must have a purpose to keep going for the long run. What I'm about to share with you, stick with me until the end. These are important elements of food and nutrition that we need in our everyday diet. In this video, I will be breaking down the importance of protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats, and fiber, and how they impact our everyday health, especially after resistance training. What inspired me to make this video? I see a lot of people at the gym nowadays, especially young people, men and women, this is for you, working out really hard. It looks like you're making pretty good gains. I can see the muscle. But what I think what's going on as well, if you want to maintain that muscle mass over time, even at the age of 60, this is what's important that you will need to do in order to sustain those gains. I see you doing the deadlifts. I see you doing the squats, the bench press, the military press, the curls, the box jumps. I see you doing all great exercising. Even like I said, the older adults, they're very active these days as well. But stick with me through this whole video. And these things, what I'm gonna share with you, is so important for the longevity of our mindset, our health, and our energy level. In this video, again, let's start with protein. It is the building block of muscle. Protein is an amino acid that helps repair and rebuild muscle tissue, strengthen the bones, and support overall cell function. As we age, maintaining lean muscle become more critical. And that's where protein plays a key role. To sustain muscle mass or even hold on to your muscle mass as we age, it is essential to consume 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal throughout the day, 4 to 5 times a day, or maybe 6 if you can. For older individuals, the range is from 20 to 25 grams per meal, totaling 130 to 200 grams of protein daily, 7 days a week. The truth is, if you don't feed the muscle, guys, you lose the muscle. At 60, I've been doing this for over 30 years and was able to maintain my muscle mass for what I'm about and go in depth with you and share with you guys. And I've never been on any drugs. I've been all natural. And I explained to you a little bit more how I maintain my muscle mass in my later years of my life. But like I said, I'm 60 years old. I've been training for over 30 years. And the secret is, there isn't one. I do resistance training 4 or 5 times a week for over the last 30 years. And I pair that with progressive overload. What is progressive overload? You're giving the muscle more weight than it can handle, or you can handle. Don't overdo it. And that's what's going to keep more muscle on your body, improving without you hitting a plateau. So for the long term, for strength to continue to soar, to continue to put on muscle, protein is a daily thing. Protein is the purpose in repairing that muscle when you train. And it fuels your body right away. Next up is your carbohydrates. The fuel your body needs. Carbohydrates is essential energy, but all carbohydrates are not created equal. There are 2 types of carbs: simple carbs and complex carbs. Simple carbs include processed and refined foods, often stripped of nutrients. This is the case when you hit a rapid spike in blood sugar and then it leaves you in a crash. And other health issues along the way. So simple fat, simple carbohydrates would not sustain your energy. It limits your intake. Limit your intake of processed foods, processed sugars, refined grains, and artificial additives. Complex carbohydrates, on the other hand, which provide long-lasting energy throughout the day, especially on training days. Whether you're lifting weights or you're running, complex carbs are a must for fueling your workouts and replenishing your stored glycogen. And here's the thing that I recommend that you not do, because it's like if you do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio and weightlifting at the same time, here's what I recommend not to do, because you're burning all your glycogen up, which is stored energy, mitochondria, inside your muscle cell. And we're talking about complex carbohydrates, okay? Let's say you take your car and you drive it to the other side, to another state or something, and you run all the gas out, and then you try to make it back. Once you run that gas out, your car is going to give out. That's the same thing you do with your muscles, because you have burned all the fuel out of the muscle cells, and that can cause injury when your muscles has nothing to protect it. All the glycogen, all the stored energy is gone. But your complex carbohydrates is your slow digested carbohydrates. It's going to sustain your energy throughout the day, throughout your workout, especially during your workout, or if you're a runner. Your complex carbohydrates is your sweet potato, it's your oatmeal, it's your quinoa, it is your brown rice, it's your wild rice, it is your red potatoes is an exception. Pasta is an exception, but in moderation for that. So carbohydrates is sustained energy without that sudden crash, and it prevents the body from using the protein up for energy, which which you don't want to do, which will take away from the muscle. They support muscle recovery and muscle training endurance, actually. So while the intake should be consistent at 25 to 30 grams per meal, and your carbohydrate intake can be a little lower depending on your intensity and your metabolism and your health. So you don't want your insulin level to spike too high. So those are the simple carbs. You want to refined sugars, refined grain, artificial additive. You want to limit those. Your complex carbs, which is your sweet potato, your oatmeal, your quinoa, your brown rice, your wild rice, red potatoes with the skin on it, rub them off, clean them off, and then also pasta at in moderation. So next, what I want to share with you is your healthy fats. Again, just like the carbohydrates, all carbs are not created equal. All healthy fats itself are not created equal. These are the fats you want to stay away from. First of all, it is your trans fat, which is your artificial fats, which is processed food, fried foods. Trans fat can cause heart diseases, cause inflammation. Like I said, it's your refined foods, it's your processed food. And saturated fat, you can consume these in moderation, but your saturated fats is your butter, your full fat dairy, which can cause high cholesterol and high blood pressure as well. And then your hydrogenated oils, which is they're hidden dangers often found in processed snacks, spreads, and it contribute to poor heart health over time. So these are the fats that you don't want to, or you want to limit these fats. And then you got your your healthy fats. Let's go into your healthy fats. Your healthy fats, or your avocados, your nuts, your seeds, your olive oil, your coconut oil, almonds, your eggs, your salmon, lean steak, plant-based fats, your flaxseed, your chia seeds, extra virgin olive oil. Those are your good fats. And when your carbohydrates are low, your fats can take over as an energy source for your training and your workout, because you never really want to use your protein for energy. But next is last but not least, is your fiber. Fiber plays a unique role in our diet. It's not like your other carbohydrates, since your fiber helps your digestion. It helps you to stay full longer. It helps your overall health. Fiber balance your protein, your carbs, your fiber, your fat. And if you don't get all the healthy fats in the fiber in, that's okay. But as long as you get your protein and your carbohydrates. And what this does, it fuels and support muscle maintenance, and it ensures steady energy levels. You'll never crash with these foods. But your simple foods, and your trans fat, and your saturated fat, and your hydrogenated fat, oil fat, that's what you want to stay away from. So you want to try to keep the protein, carbs, and all these healthy fats as a stored energy, mitochondria, into the muscle cells. So I hope this information was important to you guys, especially young people, men and women, young and old basically. But these are the essentials that needs to be in our everyday diet in order to sustain muscle mass. At 60 years old and been training for over 30 years, this is what I do in order to sustain muscle mass, and you can do it too. If you need guidance, you need help, let me know. Sign up for my membership. I'm here to help you guys. I thank you guys for supporting my YouTube channel, and I'm trying better to put a little bit more better information out there. Very simple, very basic stuff for me, to how I learn, and I'm trying to give you the same benefit. So I hope what I shared with you was important, and that you would utilize it for the benefit of your health and the longevity of living life. Thanks, everybody.